let's see what's next.
Because you want this area.
Of course, commercial comes.
Ist ein Stuhl.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How you doing? Okay, today I would like to try a technique of a ageless eyeshadow tutorial, or yeah, I guess tutorial, because I found this about 2 or 3 weeks ago on Wayne Goss's channel. He uploaded this not long ago, and it is titled The Ultimate Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Tutorial. I have not yet turned to Botox and filler yet. I will never say never, but if I can do a certain eyeshadow technique that could take 10 years off my face, then hey, let's have at it. So that's what I'd like to do with you today. We're gonna try out this Wayne Goss technique and see if it really does make a difference. Okay, I've got all my complexion on. I will leave everything in detailed in the description box below. Now Wayne Goss did his, I don't know if he had his foundation on yet, but he definitely did his eyeshadow before he did his concealer. I have my concealer on. Actually, I have 2 different concealers, the Tarte Creaseless and the new Tarte Shape Tape Creamy. I'm doing a, smackdown competition to see which one I like the best. That's a video that you guys can see tomorrow. And he also had not added any face coloring, i.e. bronzer, contouring, blush, but I went ahead and did that because I'm the type of person, I like to shape out my face before I start my eyeshadow. I don't know, it just helps me with placing my eyeshadow. And I did contour and bronze with Wayne Goss's Bronze and Glow Medium palette. This one right here. This one right here. Turn it this way. Because he actually uses this palette in his eyeshadow tutorial. And he claims that by using that later, when you then contour and bronze, it's bringing everything together, or bringing unity of color overall in the face. So I went ahead and started with that, even though he didn't do that first. And let's see, what else did he say? He did not do any kind of primer on the eyelid, but he did say that he gave his eyebrows a little bit of a filling and a little bit of a form, which I have done. And you guys, please go down in my description box, the link to these bold lashes and bold brow product, which I've been using now maybe for like a year and a half. My eyebrows are really filling out, really getting longer, that I barely have to use any kind of filling in. I've never really been a pencil person, but I like to fill in with a little bit of a color brow gel and then maybe a clear gel to give it form. I'm down to just using the clear brow gel, and I'm loving the one from Charlotte Tilbury right now. I think I have everything here from him that he used. So you guys, I'm gonna let the video, the portions that I'm looking at and everything, to make sure that you guys understand the process and the tutorial, I'm gonna let his video run a little bit here, segments of it. So if anything I forget to explain, or you don't totally understand. And also, if you're not familiar with Wayne Goss, which I can't believe anybody not is familiar with Wayne Goss, down in the description box also I will leave, number 1, a link to his channel, number 2, a link to this specific video, so you can go over and watch it. Okay, so let's get started here. Make this a little bit louder so I can hear it.
Just intensify the lightest shadow that we put on the eyelid. You never want to apply cream eyeshadow to the brow bone because it's going to be too much shine there.
Okay, the first thing he did, he went in with a light pearlescent. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you guys. Another thing, that's what I forgot what he also did in the video, which I've already done. After he did his eyeshadow, he went and put on individual eyelashes. They weren't the typical individual ones, they were a little bit wider. It was a certain eyelash company or technique or system. It was almost looked like the adhesive was like a mascara, and you put it on your lashes and then they help to adhere under the lash line. Listen, I am not talented at all with putting on lashes. That is a struggle bus that I need to board, fully ride, and safely exit before I try to put any eyeshadow on, or that would be such a drama I don't want to deal with. So I am okay average at putting on individuals, better than putting on this strip of eyelashes. And when I do put on my individuals, I do like putting them under my lash line so they look a lot more natural, and I can get it up close to the lash line and do that much better. So I went ahead and did that so I wouldn't have that struggle after the eyeshadow is already on. Okay, he went in with the cream eyeshadow first. His was more of a champagne pearlescent cream shadow. I don't have one that color. I am going in my Laura Mercier. I'm going in with the caviar stick eye color in amethyst. Yeah, it sounds like it would be purple, but it's pretty light. So let's put that on here where he put it on. He put it in this area. And he said that you put it on the area of your eyelid that shows. So if you have a little bit of a hooded eye, you don't want to put it too high. You just want to put it where your actual lid shows. So I have a little bit of a hooded eye. So I'm just going to put it here where my lid shows. Okay, I think that's enough on. And let's go to the next step.
Shine there. And you know, no one's ever going to say, I want this area here to look really pronounced. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my...
Yeah, he said only put it where the eyelid shows. You don't want to put a creamy eyeshadow in the brow area or too high because you don't want to accentuate certain areas. So that's what I did. I hope I just got it where my eyelid shows.
I'm going to use my Coral Rose palette, blusher palette, and I'm going to use the highlight shade as my actual eyeshadow. So I'm going to apply this directly to the eyelid over that cream shadow because I want this area to be the lightest of everything. Now, generally speaking, what you want is...
Okay, he just went in with his blush and highlight palette, Coral Rose, which I also have here. This one here. He's going in with the highlight color, and I'm gonna go in with, since we're doing Wayne Goss here, you know what? Let's go in with my Wayne Goss number 18. Basically, he's taking that highlight color over the cream shadow. So let's do that. Like I said, I'm going in with my Wayne Goss number 18. And let's do that. Okay, of course my cream shadow had a little bit of a violet color to it, so I had to cover that up. But let me go in with the Esum here, G34. I think I went a little bit too high, and let me just brush a little bit of that away out of the crease so it just stays on my lid like he said. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Maybe I should go in with a little bit smaller brush. I'm gonna go in with another Esum, the W21. Just so I can get in there really small and just make sure that's just over the lid. And because this brush is, I'll show you guys, brush is a little bit flat, has a little bit of a point, I can really stay within that, below my crease here. Okay, I think I've cleaned that up pretty good. Well, let's go in and see what he says next.
Is if you have any eyelid space at all, if you have any visible eyelid space, apply a light shade to anything that is visible. So if you only have this area here visible, you just apply it there. If you can see the full eyelid, apply it.
He is again reiterating that you only want to highlight your visible eye space. I do have a little bit more eye space here, so that's what he said. You need to put a little bit more there. I put less here because, of course, having a little bit of a hooded eye, I have less visible. So I think I have it placed well. Let's see what happens next.
Apply it there. And what it does is anything light stands out. So you're bringing the eyeshadow, the eyelid forward. Whatever's left on the brush, knock it off on the back of your hand and apply it to the outer third of the brow bone.
Okay, he said whatever is left on the brush, knock it off. So I'm not, where did I do? So I'm gonna go back to the number 18, knock it off a little bit, and I'm gonna apply that under the brow, he said. Okay, and then if I remember correctly, I think he said to go in with it with your finger afterwards.
Then take a clean finger and really work it into the skin.
Okay, take a clean finger, wipe it all here off my microfiber cloth and work it really into the skin. Okay, I think mission accomplished. Let's see what's next.
Because you want this area to have a bit of shimmer, but at the same time, not so much that it's really standing out. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to define the crease of the eye. Now this is a contoured look. My satin bronze palette, and I'm going to use the contour shade to contour this entire perimeter of the eye, and we're going to use a stencil. So I'm going to place a tissue.
Okay, now we're gonna go in and we're gonna contour here the eye, and he said that's where you're gonna get the lift. He also said this is a technique. If you're 16, you shouldn't be trying this. Believe me, I'm not 16. I'm allowed to be in this movie right now. So, but he's asking to use a guide. So you guys know I love my adhesive guides here. But he is using a Kleenex tissue, and of course that is straight. So I'm gonna go in and I'm going to cut mine, because mine is curved. I'm gonna try to cut mine as straight as possible. Okay, straight as possible. Okay, we're gonna take this off. And he said you need to line up the guide with the end of your eyebrow going over the corner of your eye. Okay, for me that looks a little high, but maybe my eyebrows are too short for my face. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. What goes next?
Glamorous. On the outside corner where the brow ends, line it up with the lower eyelid. Because for this tutorial, we're just going to keep it on the upper lid only. We're not really going to connect. So you want to make sure that this is placed at an angle like that, where you barely see that lower eyelid. Now I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush. This brush is big enough that I can contour the entire eye with this in one go. I'm taking some of the contour shade from my palette. I'm going to line this up, outside corner to lower eyelid. I'm going to start in the crease of the eye, and I'm bringing it all the way in. So it's touching here, and this is going to give us that contoured look.
Okay, so he didn't say what brush he was using, but it looks like it may be, maybe the 06 from his new collection. At least that's the one I'm going with because this is one that's good for my eye form. We're gonna go in with the Bronze and Glow palette, like I told you, medium, and we're going in with here, the contour. And he says, you need to go from here in the inner corner, you need to go all the way to the nose. And later on, he does build it up to the brow. So let's get started. Here it goes. Make sure that's taped down. Okay, I'm going to turn the video back on because I want to know how far he takes that up into the brow bone.
Onward look. So bring it all the way in. And what you're trying to do here is bring it out so that it's just touching that highlight shade that you did on the brow bone.
Okay, just touching that highlight shade. So I have to go a little bit higher. Because even though I do have a little bit of hooded eye, I do have a lot of space. So my brow bone is higher. And I have to take this up to the highlighted shade. Trying to get it all the way to the nose, like he said. It's almost like he's almost making a straight line. It's not so rainbowed. So I'm trying to bring it out, like he said, and bring it all the way to the nose. And I've brought it all the way up to the highlight position. Okay. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's see what he says next.
And then work it onto the outside corner of the eye as well. And just move it back and forward just...
Okay, he said work it onto the outside corner of the eye itself, which I have not really done. So let me go in here and work a little bit on the outer third of my eye. It's good that this brush has such a good point on it because trying to get behind those lashes that I put on, oh my god. Okay, you guys, I don't want to do too much because I feel like the light part is disappearing. So let's see what he does next.
Just to blend it. And I'm bringing it up here so it joins the eyebrow.
That's right, that's that I remember, bringing it up that it joins the eyebrow. So in the front part of my eye, I need to bring it up a little bit more here so it joins my eyebrow. Where's my Esa? And got a little sloppy here with, like he said, the part of my eye that shows the most needs to be highlighted. And I think I took a little bit too much away here. So let's add a little bit more from the Coral Rose, the highlighter, in this area here. There we go. Now I look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, next step. Keep on going.
And what you're looking for is just this shadowing in the crease area, and it comes all the way in and joins. So with that done, the next thing that we're going to do is define the lash line. So I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and a push liner brush, and I'm now going to just gently push black eyeshadow into the lash line. This is going to give the eyes really good definition, and it isn't going to take away any lid space.
Okay, now we have to define the eyelash line. It looks like he's going in with his number 8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into his one of his other palettes because he has some nice blacks in his first 2 palettes. This one is the Pearl Moonstone, and I am... Ooh, I just closed and can't get back forward. I'm gonna go in there with the black, and like I said, with this number 8, and I need to just push that black color into the lash line to define my lash line. Okay, I already have my lashes on. He doesn't. I hope I'm able to do this. Let's see. Okay, can you guys see that? A really fine line of black. And you know what I'm gonna do? He didn't do, but I'm gonna push it a little bit in my waterline just to make sure my individuals are blended there good. Because his main point by doing this, with pushing it in the eyelash line, was to get definition in the eyelash line without taking up any lid space. So I assume, even though he didn't say this, is okay when I push it, like I said, in my upper waterline. And then you can also see, you don't have to see what any of my individuals are. Okay, how far do I have to go over? Because he didn't say if I needed to do the whole lash line. I don't remember.
Just wiggle it into the lash line. So here's a quick tip. If you have a hooded eye and the skin is very mobile.
Okay, he said just wiggle it in the lash line. He didn't say the whole lash line. It seemed like he did stop about right here. And I know he's gonna add a little bit darker gray contour into the outer third of the eyelid. So I'm gonna stop right here. I think I've gotten that defined pretty well. What do you guys think? It's a nice thin line. Okay, it's starting to look good. Okay, let's put this palette away in the number 8 and let's see what happens next.
Take your eyeshadow brush, place it at the outside corner, and rather than going in a back and forward motion like we did here.
Okay, I'm gonna skip a little bit because he's just explaining if you have a little bit of hooded eye or a little bit more mature eye that the skin moves with your brush, that a better technique so you can get the color or the eyeshadow where you need it without, you know, skipping areas because the skin is moving with it. Fortunately, I haven't gotten to that point yet. My skin, I have a little bit of a hooded eye, but my skin is still tight around my eyes. So let's go further a little bit, skip a little bit further.
That will disappear and you'll see it will lift the eye. But a lot of people have discoloration.
Okay, now he's explaining that he's going to put his concealer on later. The eye look may not look as fresh yet because a lot of people have discoloration here. But like I said, I already have my concealers on. So we're going to go further.
I think I'm going to take this sort of greyish colour here. And you want to just take a relatively small amount to begin with. And we're just going to contour that outside corner.
Okay, now we're coming to the contouring of the outside corner. He has dipped into his newest palette. This one is called the Pearl. And he's going into this taupe gray color here. It looks like he's using a smaller brush, similar to his 07, also out of his new collection. So I'm going to go in there, and what he's doing is he's saying just put that, deepen up the color here in the outer third and bring that over to the black line, smudging everything out. So it was correct that I only went to the black line to about right here. But let me double check.
Of the eye. We just want to darken it ever so slightly and line it up. And then on this outside corner, start on the lower eyelid and then go up just before the edge of the mid-tone color. Don't go all the way up because then you've got nowhere to blend to. And you're just trying to get the bulk of it.
Okay, so we're going in with that color, and this particular color, okay, it's just numbered 05 in his Pearl, or actually his newest eye palette, and he's saying you need to contour here, starting at the lower eyelid level, and you want to just work up a little bit, but not too much into this medium contour color. So, like I said, I'm going in with his number 7 from his newest collection. Has a very nice little, let me make sure you guys can focus on that. Has a very nice little point on it. And let's see if I can get this done. Oh, this color combination is mwah. chef's kiss. Okay, blending it up like he said, right to that contour color, but not over it. You guys, I'm loving this. I don't know how it is going to look when I take this adhesive thing off, but right now the color combination, I am really loving it. You know, you're making your girl loves her smoky grays, and then this is like the perfect daytime smoky gray. Okay, I don't know if I wear the lashes the daytime, but let's see. Okay, you guys, I think I have enough on. Let's see how the video goes further.
The bulk of the color onto whatever lid is available, and then a third of the way up. And then take a clean brush and just blend it into the highlight and into the crease.
Okay, the next step is blending everything out into the contour color, into the highlight. And you guys, quick test, pop quiz. What is my favorite blending brush of all time? When that happens, Wayne Goss number 3. So she is clean. Let's blend. Wow. Woohoo! Okay. All right. Blend, blend, blend. Oh my God. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, now I'm getting excited. Okay. Number 3 came in.
And then repeat those steps if you want more intensity.
It says repeat more steps if you want more intensity, but what I'm seeing, I like. I'm gonna leave it how it is. Yeah. Mama likes. Okay.
And all we want to do now is, with a slightly smaller brush, really subtly, we want to take that contour shade and just very lightly run it across the lid about a third of the way. So with the eye closed, just very lightly sweep it across the upper eyelid.
Okay, he says now with this very small brush, we want to sweep across the lower lash line that contour color. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Wayne Goss number 5 because I find for me, my eye, that is good. But I'm a little confused because when he says contour color, is he talking about this taupe gray that he just used from the Pearl palette, or is he talking about the original contour color from his Bronze and Glow palette? You know what? I'm going to just do both of them. I'm going to start with the Bronze and Glow contour palette and just run it across there. And to make sure I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go back in the Pearl eye palette and going in with number 5, which is that gray taupe color. And I'm going to run that across the eyelash line. Okay. And to be specific, I'm quite sure you heard him up here, but it's only the outer eyelash line. Blending a little bit midway into the black line. Okay, I think that's good. Like I said, I don't want to overdo it. I want to find a nice, light, subtle, ageless eyeshadow look.
Very gently. This is just so that you transition from the dark to the light. It's really subtle. You don't want it to be too strong. Otherwise it becomes a very smoky eye. Now at this point, you've got one other option available to you, which I'm going to do, is you want to take a very bright celestial shade and apply it from the middle inwards, really lightly, and that's just going to add that extra spot.
Okay, now he says go in to the inner part of the eye and add a very bright celestial color or eyeshadow to really give you more emphasis. Who has the best celestial colors? Let's hold out something. Let's hold out something. My German and half English. Let's pull out something from Pat McGrath. Let's go into her newest palette. And I am going to go into, from Pat McGrath, the newest Mothership, I think it's number 9, the Utopian Dreams. I'm going into Astro Venetian? Venus and Venusian Orchid. And that is this color right here. We're gonna go in there. He used his finger. I'm not a finger girl. I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G flat definer from her Sky Face collection. And yeah, let's use Wayne Goss's advice and let's make this pop. Okay, I think we're making it pop. You know, with this flat definer, I love packing it on. Oh my God. You guys, I don't know what you see in the camera, but what I see in the mirror there, this is gorgeous. This combination. And I'm gonna take it down a little bit in the corner of my eye. Okay, and I have a feeling I went a little bit over the contour line. So let's go back in with the number 6 and in the contour shade. I just want to clean everything up a little bit. Okay, we're good. Let's see what's next.
And that extra sparkle to the eye. Okay, so
I
there's
have
another
that
thing I
sparkle on
mentioned
the
before
eye.
we move on to concealer and lashes. And that is, you notice that I use the highlighter shade.
Okay, now he's going on to concealer and lashes, what I already have. So I'm assuming we're finished with the eye look. So let's do a reveal. You know what? I feel like his went out a little bit further than mine. Mine is pretty much up. Maybe my eyebrows are too short for my eye. Let me go back in with the number 6 and I'm gonna just pull that out just a little bit more. Okay, I don't want to pull them too far out because that's the point of it ending where your eyebrows end. There's supposed to be a lift, but I feel like a little bit was missing here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my concealer. Going in with a little bit of here, this Pat just so I have a clean line here. This is not the concealer that I'm testing today because I don't want to add more to it because that's the point, to see if the test or the ultimate smackdown lasts without adding more, but I do want a clean line here. Okay, that's more the line what he had. I think I got it. And technically, I'm not adding concealer under my eye. I'm adding it to the outer corner. But I think I have the line that Wayne has. But I'm going to go back in here with his number 3. And I'm going to blend here a little bit better. Just blend that up into the highlight a little bit better. And then out. Okay. I think I've achieved the line he had. My line was a little bit too quick. Now I have the good line that he's showing in his video. And let's see what else I need to do.
The highlighter shade from the blush palette, and I use the contour shade from my bronzer palette. The reason I did that is so that there is continuity. So the highlight shade will now be on my lid, and eventually it will be on my cheekbone. Therefore, they're in the same color family. There's harm.
Okay, basically this is the part of the video when he's explaining why he used the highlight shade in his Coral Rose blush and highlight palette, because now that highlight what he has in the eyes and a little bit in the brow bone is now eventually going to be on his cheek. So, and again, you're getting that unity of all the colors. And then he's also, this is where he's explaining about the bronze and the glow, the contour palette, the why he used that in the contour. Then when you contour in the face, again, you have that unity and everything just fits together and makes one picture. Okay, I've already done that. And let's skip a little bit ahead. Okay, now we're at the part, I just passed it, where he put on his concealer. I did use a little concealer here to shape that. And now he's doing the lashes, which I already have. So basically, I think we've done everything. So what I'm gonna go do now is Just make sure I'm not all like shiny and glossy. I'm gonna go do my second eye and I'll be right back, and we're gonna dive again into the Weightless Veil Blush Palette, the Coral Rose, because then I'm gonna highlight and I'm gonna use the blush color in this palette to do my cheeks, and let's see if Macon looks 10 years younger. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Both eyes are on. Let's highlight and get some blush on. I have my Wayne Goss number 14. I am staying with the palette like he said. I want the highlight to accentuate the highlight on my face. So I am going with his Weightless Veiled Blush Palette in Coral Rose. Right here. And let's get a little blush on these cheeks. Okay, now we have a little bit of Coral Rose cheeks going on there. What am I going to go in with? I'm going to go in with his Artist Collection. This one, the largest one, I'm going to go in with the highlight. And he's so right. Look how it blends the whole eye in. Usually when I go in with my highlight, the same highlight I go up in with here, I go into my brow bone, so that is not something that's uncommon to me. But then to know that also that highlight is here in as a part of my eyeshadow, now that's something new to me. Okay, wow, that looks good. Okay, what am I gonna do next? Let me go in with my Fenty Beauty with my, oh god, this is so old, I can't even read anymore. This is the Fenty Glow. This is one of the first lip glosses she came out with. But I love this. It's just a glowy look. Okay, you guys, I'm finished. Tell me, what do you think? Can you tell I'm filling my makeup? I like my makeup. Does Macon look a couple years younger? Is this a good tutorial? Is this a good technique from Wayne Goss? I must say, even if I don't look any years younger, I love it. I love just the glamour of it, but the lightness of it, and it really does pull up my eyes, and I love, yeah, all the unity, what he said. I'm gonna think about doing that, even if I just don't use this particular technique. When I'm going to contemplate using my transition color as always, my transition color, no matter what eye look I'm using, I will use the same contour bronze color that I use as my transition color, so that really will, you know, unify everything. Of course, I always take my highlight in the brow bone, but maybe instead of taking another highlight color for that inner eye, I will work that lighter part from the exact highlight that I use here into my eye so that I can get that unification. Okay, everything about this eye look and this tutorial I love, except for the lashes. Baby is not gonna fight to put on those lashes. It took me like an hour to get what I have on now. And probably they're gonna all fall out. I tried to use that adhesive that's supposed to hold, or you're supposed to keep them on for like maybe 4 or 5 days, but they're probably all gonna come off tonight. So that's not something I would waste my time doing, but I do love the look. I did not do anything to my under eye. You guys know I'm not a big under eye girl. I don't even like mascara on my under eye, so I like this look because I get that lift and that glamour without doing anything to my under eyes. But going back to the eyelashes, I know I skipped over Wayne Goss's tutorial putting those version of eyelashes on what he did, but one thing he did say to make it even more thicker and lifted here, he put a second layer under. So I have two layers here under my lashes lift, but that's also not something that's not common to me. A lot of times I will cut an eyelash in half and only put the outer half of the eyelash on, and then put it another second half under there, so I just have that butterfly winged out eye there, and then hit all my lashes from the inner corner to halfway across my eyelid with mascara. So you guys, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, Wayne Goss is the bomb. He's the bomb. I think I look gorgeous. What do you think? And as always, yours truly, Heart Macon. Bye!